What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Straight Up Sips. Today we're doing a blind bottles, $20 and under. Roll the intro. Man, I kind of always wanted to say that. That was kind of cool. Cut it. So we have 4 Glens in front of us. Each of these bottles are $20 and under, or at least the ones that I got. We do have a sample of one that I threw in here. The main thing was I don't want to do bottles that we've already done in the last video. So these are some different ones that we have, and one of them is a sample that I was given. So I think the MSRP on that one is maybe a little bit over 20 bucks, but I know that I bought these bottles for $20, so they should be around that $20 mark. Anyways, so on that list we have Fighting Cock, we have Big House, we have Benchmark Bonded, and then we have JTS Brown. The JTS Brown is a sample, and so that was given to us. It's coming in bottled and bond, 100 proof. But the reason why I wanted to throw that in there is because it is actually one of my favorite ones. So I also wanted to see how this would kind of line up. But now one of those bottles in here, it is the Big House, and so that one is a new bottle that I found it for $20 at the store. And the main reason that got me thinking about this blind is I really wanted to see how this one, that Big House, measured up to some of these other ones that we have on the shelf. So we're gonna find that out today, and we're gonna go ahead and get started with the first Glen, and that's gonna be Glen A right here on my right, your left. Okay, so on this nose, it almost has like a little bit of a pepper in there, but it's kind of got a sweetness, maybe like a little bit like a banana sweetness. And then I want to say kind of like a syrupy note in there too. Just something really sweet, but it does have a little bit of banana. Let's give it a taste. Okay, so that one was pretty good. I mean, it really kind of followed through on that sweetness. Has a decent little hug to it. It's the first pour of the night, so I mean, we could say that it has something to do with that. But overall, actually, if that's the starting one, I'm pretty impressed by it. There's not really like a funk that I get on it or anything. There's pretty soft and mellow, so I like that a lot, actually. Yeah. Okay, so this one is not as sweet. So I'm definitely not getting like that banana, maybe any of that kind of sweetness in there. I'm getting a lot more oak, like almost like a little bit of a youthful oak. And then there's a Sharpie note in there too. I mean, it really is. It's a Sharpie kind of note in it. It's overall not as pleasant as the first one. That one feels oily, but there's not a straight up sweetness on this one, but it is kind of a fruit finish. It maybe is almost, I don't want to say like a cherry, but there's a red fruit kind of sweetness at the end in the finish, but it's kind of thin, but overall not bad. Okay, this one's coming in, so on the second sip, this one's coming in with a little bit more sweetness. It's coming in with some of that, I want to say a little bit of red fruit, but there is a very, very heavy sugar. What I originally got as like maybe a bitterness in there has kind of mellowed out, but overall I do think that it second sip is much sweeter, so pretty pleasant surprise on that one. So we'll go to glass C. So this one kind of just smells light, thin. It smells very ethanol, like kind of Sharpie. I mean, not overly impressive compared to the other two. I'm not getting any kind of major notes on that, so it's just overly light. This one's pretty light. Doesn't really have any kind of like a fruit sweetness or anything. There might be like a hint of a type of banana sweetness kind of going in there too, but I'm getting maybe like a little bit of like some vanilla on that. Overall, just very, very light sweetness compared to some of the other ones where it's more of a fruit sweetness. This one's just super like almost candied vanilla, but you kind of got to dig to find it, especially in a blind. I mean, blinds are hard, especially with lower proof stuff, because I feel like you just don't get a whole lot on it. So trying to find out what you're looking for can be difficult, but there's a I want to say like a glaze kind of going on, like some kind of syrupy, not viscosity wise, but just almost like a liquidy sugar aspect right off the front. But that's, I'm trying to think of what that could be. Almost like a pudding kind of deal. You know how you get like that mush sweetness kind of going on, like with the banana pudding or something. Some kind of thing, something like that. Let's go to glass number 4. Man, okay, this is the best nose that I'm getting on this one. It's kind of a brown sugar, maybe like a little bit of like a vanilla extract kind of going on, but it kind of blends really well. There's a dark richness in here though. That's the difference here. This nose to me is winning. So let's give it a try. It's vanilla, but it almost wants to come off as a grape. So it's so weird, but it's almost like a fruit. Yeah, cotton candy grape. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, because like it's so sweet, but I like that a lot actually. I think the mouth feels great on that. I think there's a lot going in on that one. I like that a lot actually. That one, off of the first round, I think this one's kind of, it was enough for me to kind of get some different stuff on it, and I really enjoyed that actually. But I'm going to go back through because I'm pretty sure the palate's probably warmed up now, so we're going to go back through and we'll kind of see what we think on these. Okay, so we're going back on round 2, but here's what I'm going to do. I have my co-host here behind the camera. Why don't you go ahead and give it a smell? And since we all know my nose is not the one to believe right here, so I want to see if I want to see what she thinks as well on these. The only reason why we didn't have her in the blind is because of space, and I had a sample. And what are you getting?
It's very banana-y to me, almost like if you mush a banana, you know how it kind of has more of a sweet smell than a put together banana.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the main thing I'm getting here.
Yeah.
So I think you're kind of on the nose with that one.
There you go.
Maybe a little bit of an oak too, but.
Okay, I had to get it out. Go ahead. So I'm getting a little bit more of a, maybe like a pepper note at the bottom, at the tail end of this one, but it's not anything too insane. The sweetness isn't as much as I remember on this one. Yeah, I mean, it's good. It's good. It's just, after going from that one to that one, it's not even close. It's not even a competition. Man, okay, so this one, the caramel kind of came out on this one. There's that oak still, but the caramel is really just, the caramel is really just kind of coming through on this one. I'm liking the nose on this one better. It's reminding me a little bit of like this, but there's almost a caramel, maybe a caramel apple kind of note going in there. There's definitely some kind of sweetness with a fruit in there.
Yeah.
I'm thinking caramel apple for sure. So here's a thought on what I just said. If you have a caramel apple, doesn't it just smell like caramel? Because the apple is enclosed in the caramel.
I know, but it's different.
I don't think so.
I don't know.
I feel like if somebody says a caramel apple, they're just talking about caramel when it comes to the smell, because it's literally encased in caramel.
No, it's different.
How? In the comment section down below, please let us know how it's different, if you think it's different, or if you think that it's literally just caramel.
They just have a certain smell to them.
I don't think so.
Like when you buy one, like it smells like caramel. It's just a different type of smell.
I feel like it just smells like caramel. Okay. Well, so my thoughts are kind of the same on this one. It's very light. There's not much to it on the nose. On the palate, we'll go again, but I'll tell you what. It does have a little bit more zip at the front than I was expecting. It's not overly light at the beginning, but the finish is kind of short. It does drop off. It has like a little bit of a spice note in the beginning, and then it transfers into like a granulated sugar, like I said before. But the finish just kind of drops on that. I still have like a little bit of that pepper zip at the beginning, but that's about all I have left on that's there. That's it. No, none of that sweetness transfers over. It kind of just falls flat. So we'll see what that one is. I have my guesses, but I won't say. Okay, and on the nose, I feel like the grape's getting stronger on this one. This is weird because I don't know any of these that we have that normally has a grape. I mean, maybe the Bonded, but like, just because it's Buffalo Trace, but like that doesn't make sense to me. I've never gotten that off of this, but I will say, I feel like the grape's there. Do you want to try it?
Sure.
Yeah. Tell me if I'm crazy with that. I have no idea. I do, but like,
it definitely smells like almost like a grape bubblegum.
Thank you. Yeah, bubblegum. I could see that. Yeah.
Which is weird considering these are the ones we have.
Yeah, I don't know any, like, seriously, the grape is throwing me off. I mean, it would kind of make me lean more towards like the benchmark, but like I'd still have never gotten grape off of. Yeah. But anyways, okay. Well, seriously, it's kind of weird. But here's a vanilla, bubblegum, just super sweet. I like that a lot, actually. This is kind of my dilemma here. I definitely like these two, and it's not that these two are bad, but it's just they're not my jam. I like them, but they're just, compared to these two, I think that these two are going to be the winners here in between these two. I think I just like the fruit sweetness, maybe that bubble gum that I'm getting on this. I think I'm going to say that this one goes up just a hair for me. Nah. I'm going to say that might be the winner here. And so I think this is where we're going to have to figure it out here, because I'm not quite sure on which one I want to put in last place here. I think I'm going to probably say, because of that kind of peppery zip that I get, it does give it a bump up, but just the finish is too short on this one. Yeah, but I'm not liking the flavor on that. While the finish is short on this one, I don't really like too much of the flavor on this one. And it might just be because I mixed them, but like overall, it's a banana, which I do like, but don't clip that. I think I might put it like this. I feel like this is the way it has to go. I think we have to say that 4, 3, 2, 1. I think that's where I'm going to land it at. These two are really close. They're just kind of different, but I really like that a lot. So there you have it. 1, 2, 3, 4. So what did I rank these at?
That's. Do you want to start with number 4?
We'll start with number 4. Start with number 4.
All right.
As to what this one could be.
Well, go ahead and guess.
I think this is the big house.
You're wrong.
I am wrong, thank God, because actually it was like, I would have been disappointed. Okay, yeah, because I like this one. I really like Fighting Cock, but it's like, I just have not lately, as I've tried it, liked it a whole lot. I just feel like it was kind of lacking. The finish dropped off on it. So it's not like I'm rooting for this one to lose. I just really would like to see Big House do pretty decent in this one, but I feel like Big House is one of these two. I was kind of at a loss between Fighting Cock and Big House. I really think that this is the Big House now that I know this one. But that's kind of a shocker, because I feel like when I first opened this one up, I liked it a lot. But all right, number 3, let's go. Yeah. Hey, you know what? I'm not disappointed with that. I feel like the banana in there is good, but it's overly, overall simplistic, like all these are. None of these are like insanely crazy complex pours, but they're relatively simple. But I thought this one actually really carried over some really strong flavors of that banana, maybe like a little bit of pepper, maybe a syrupy note in there, and it just really longer finish than this. So that's why I went up there. Go ahead, number 2. Yeah. Okay, so number 2 is the JTS Brown Bottom Bond. I really did like this. I did really like this, and God, what were the notes I was getting on this one? It was like
Caramel apple.
mm-hmm. I felt like there was some like a brown sugar in there, which leads number one to be the benchmark bonded, which is funny because I didn't really like this one a whole lot when I first tried it.
Haven't even gone back to it.
Yeah, well, yeah, I tried it and I was like, not a fan. Was not my favorite of the benchmark lineup. I definitely like the single barrel more.
Yeah.
And the foolproof. But that bonded was pretty good. Yeah, that's a great idea. We'll do a benchmark blind. But I was seriously, I'm impressed. Mm-hmm. I'm actually really impressed. I don't know where that grape note, bubblegum note came from, but man, it had it. It really did. That was so weird. But big fan of that one. Actually really like that. So I think this is a pretty good matchup. So number one, number 2, 3, 4, I think all around, I think that's really solid. But let us know in the comment section below, do you agree with this lineup? What do you like the best out of these? Have you done anything like this? Have you heard of Big House? I talk about this one in a Bottom Shelf Monday. So if you're wanting more information on this, be sure to check that video out. Be sure to check out our TikTok and the Patreon coming soon. We're about to start uploading some stuff to Patreon, so we'll link it down below. Be sure to check that out. And I think we have a video coming out soon with Matt Whiskey Wisdom. That's coming. Like I said, work in progress. We're getting to it. If you care to support while we're getting it started up, we would greatly appreciate that. And be sure to like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.